All right, so let's talk about your Amazon journey so far. Can you give me an update as well as I would love to talk to you about the um, funding option. I know that you have some issue with your credit card application, and so
Yeah.
let's go step by step first. So, how is your Amazon journey so far? Where are you at on this journey?
So I'm in the process of creating a listing and gathering FBM reviews because I have some problem with the Amazon account. I think because I've been inactive. I have this account like a year ago, even before I start the course. So use it to do the FBM, but it didn't work out. So this account was inactive. So now I have to they need verify my identity identifications and stuff. So I'm going through that part right now to active my account. And then I will create a dummy listing. On the side of supplier, I already settled out with them and stuff. So I already got the price and everything. If everything is going good, I will just order it. So I also want to ask you like when should I start to order from my supplier?
Okay, so first, before we go there, I need to see your plan of what are the budget that you set for this journey because you can always order any time, but it's important to have a budget of how much money you have. That would be an indication of how much unit you can order based on your budget. And on top of it is make sure that Amazon allow you to sell that product. The worst things you can do is to place a bulk order, meanwhile not knowing whether Amazon allow you to sell the product. That's why the dummy listing is there for a reason. And after you create it, you have to wait a few, like a week or so. And my recommendation, as always, is to call them up to double check beside the dummy listing. Okay, ask like call Amazon up after you create a dummy listing and ask if there's any verification, any document that they require further, if so that you can create like a trail. Let Amazon tell me that this product can be sold. Why is not selling? You know, just like protection. Many times
Mm-hmm.
Amazon don't do that, but cases that Amazon may shut your listing down because of like some technical error because they are a big company, so they use a lot of machine like automation. So there's error, or sometimes it could be that error letting you slip through in a category that you're not supposed to sell, but then they just letting you slip through. So that's why my point here is create a dummy listing, call in to get a double confirmation, and that's gonna be the final check-in point for you to start placing a book order. Okay, so three things.
Got
Um, you need to have a budget. You need to set out the budget of your finance. Where can you get the money to place a book order? The marketing budget that you're gonna set aside, etc. You know, and then that lead you to how many units you can order and what are the remaining budget can be dedicated for, as well as creating them listing three things. So, do you have the financial plan in place yet, or not yet? Did you go through that module in the course?
Yeah, I did. I didn't think that I write it out though, but
So you need
I
to write that down. Okay, you
yeah.
have to.
So I'm thinking my budget is about 3K, and I already put 1K in the legally paperwork, attorney and trademark and stuff. And there's already the supplier is gonna be like a little bit over 1,000, but still in my budget. I only ordered 200 unit for the first patch, so I don't want it too risky. And I think 1,000 left. I will focus on like marketing, advertisements, and stuff.
Yeah. So the law stuff. Um, Okay, so let's go through. So here's what I want you to do. Share your screen, open a Word document, and write everything down. You cannot think your way to success. You have to have a plan to success.
Okay.
Did you go through the module that we talk about the fund, like the budget need to be allocated for the journey? Did you fill that sheet out? It's a sheet out.
Um, I
So open the
could
vault.
not read.
Open the vault. I'll show you where it is. But this is very important. V, is if you don't
Mhm.
do this, okay, Ivy, you would not make it on this journey if you do not have a plan. How many? Just think of it this way: success is a journey, but you have no map to go there, and everything was in your mind. What happened if you got your car accident, for example? And then how can you remember the plan, right? What if you lost memory? And then how can you remember the plan?
Yes. So you say it in the vault, creative funding, right?
No. Share your screen. I'll show you.
Okay.
Mhm. So I want you to slow down everything until you get the plan together, and then we're gonna go to like what would be next. Because otherwise, you're just rushing yourself to the finish line, which doesn't not gonna work most of the time. So go to building a foundation. So did you set financial goal and understand your budget? And did you find your estimated actual inventory budget order for your first batch? So did you watch this one? Did you watch this video? Ivy, have you watched this video?
Yes, I
Uh,
did.
did you download that Excel sheet and fill that out?
I think so.
Why is that? So now go ahead, download that Excel sheet and
Mhm.
fill it out. Because right now you have $3,000.
Mhm.
30% gonna be for download that sheet first. I'm gonna walk you through it. You know how to download that sheet? Click on file,
Yes.
click on file.
Yeah. I have it on the dock.
Right now it's view
Do you
only.
see my spread?
No,
Okay.
um, yeah, you have to
Second.
download it. Do you do you
Do
download it?
you
What do you need?
yeah, I see that one.
You got it ready?
Okay. Yes, I share my screen again.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
So your first batch is 3,000. So your
Mm-hmm.
allocate budget was about 30%, right? Which is 900, 900 miscellaneous fee, emergency
Mm-hmm.
fund 400. So you end up spending more for your legal stuff that is not required because you have limited budget. So the legal stuff end up costing you more than 30%, right?
Yes.
The marketing fee right there, you only have 900 bucks. So that means you're gonna be very limited on budget to spend. And remember, on Amazon, um, the very important thing that you need to do to become successful is number one, a good product with good bundle. You know what I when I say bundle, what that means, right?
Yes.
A bundle is something that gives more value to the customer. And then you need
Mm-hmm.
strong marketing. Strong marketing will allow you to get customer to buy your product. And strong marketing come down to two things: the listing images as well as the ad budget for Amazon PPC. Right now, you only have 900 bucks to spend. Meanwhile, you spend $1,000 on the legal side, where it doesn't play into the big picture. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And during that time, you were traveling, right? And
Yeah.
you were travel and learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I brought it up because for me, when I travel, we tend to enjoy things more and we don't lock in mentally. So when you skim through the material, you tend like to miss out the detail. So I share this because I want you to learn and take notes from this. Because when you start launching your product, I want you to not travel until you launch it successfully. Because otherwise, a lot of people fail during that stage when they just unfocused doing the work. They're trying to get it done without focus, and most of the time it doesn't yield good result. But when I share this, doesn't mean you cannot fix it. Okay, it just means you have to play very carefully moving forward with this limited amount of budget. So that means right now you don't have a lot of marketing spends. You would have to leverage, let's say, organic social media content like create contents, building theme pages. Okay, but you do
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that your listing images has to be good. Do you understand what a listing images are?
Yes.
The presentation of how you look. Just like you can be as most kind-hearted person, you can be the most smart person, but if you don't look presentable in front of the employer, they're not going to hire you. In this case, selling on Amazon, your product bundle and the listing, the photo have to convey the customer, hey, I am the best out there. So the majority of your marketing budget right now in that 900 bucks, you have to dedicate it toward listing creation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But right now,
Yes.
because you have fixed amount, so I would recommend work to learn and just because right now, because you're young, you have a lot of time. So focus on learning on how to create listing images, beautiful, and um, network with Susan and just explain to her, hey, I am fixed on my budget right now. But what do you think you can help me with? Because Susan, she built so many of our student listing images to be thriving on Amazon. So she gonna be the good hope for you.
Got it.
Okay?
Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that really helpful.
Uh-huh. But you have to stay focused now. Okay. So right now with that 900 bucks budget, I think you may fell short because we haven't even factored into shipping costs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a quote from your manufacturers? How much is the shipping cost yet?
The shipping cost,
Mm-hmm.
the slowest one is 105,
One hundred
and
and five
the
dollars.
Yeah, $105
for 200 units.
for 200 unit. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
that.
slowest. Take 30 to 45 days.
Uh-huh. So $100, that cheap. So I guess you select small light and lightweight product, right?
Yeah,
How's,
that's a very
okay.
light product. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So at least you can minimize that cost right there. So yeah. So first, no, I want you to write down your plan, okay? So have a Word document, write down your plan. This is my budget. This is the allocation for my listing creation. You would need to start building your theme pages now, then later. But before start any of those actions, okay, make sure that you get an approval from Amazon
Yes. Mm-hmm.
selling the product. But yeah, I guess that is good right there already. So at least now you do it. Uh, so so what I need from you gonna be this is gonna be your budget sheet, and I just write down what I share with you. Okay, like you would need to
Mm-hmm.
start your theme pages building right after you get an approval. So write all those action items down as a plan.
Okay.
But ultimately, you still need to tap into those business credit because it's better for you than to use your cash on hand. So right, that brings me to the next point that I was to have to talk to you about
Yes.
business funding. But before I go there, any question on what I just shared or no?
No, no, that was really helpful. I need to start write everything down.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to sell you on is right now, if you travel more and do things
Mm-hmm.
on focus, eventually you would have to pay for that price. That price, like earlier you saw that, like the early price already. But when you start launching and if you are not focused, when you start spending money on marketing, that could even cost you more money if you're not focused. Okay.
Got
And
it.
again, I want
Yeah.
to stress, and again, this Amazon business, yes, it will be autopilot. When you every system in place, but right now you are building the infrastructure of the house. So you have to be very patient and focused on building the bare bone of the house for it to grow and give you fruit. So
Yes.
let's talk about the. So
So,
tell me what you learned earlier. I want to make sure that you understand.
so from what you just shared, I know that I have to focus. Um, I need to stop traveling when I start launching and take traveling as reward for myself. Start write everything down. Start learning on the listing creation picture. Get connect with Susan's to help me on the listing creations. Let approve by Amazon, my brain, and yeah, start really focusing and write everything down and planning.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is correct. So now let's go to the financial side. So you said that. So share with me the problem you have with applying for a business credit card.
So I got approved for the checking account, business checking account from Chase. But I was intended to start with American Express, which MX, because I want to start building the relationship with them. But I got declined all of the checking and the credit. So I think now I need to focus on the Chase because I've been having the relationship with Chase. So I just opened the business checking account and I think I will reapply for the credit card. I just know that the problem is that I didn't pay off my car last month. So I think that's the problem. So I need to pay off my other credit card this month and then I will reapply the business credit card with Chase, and I'll see if that works.
Why do you think that is the reason?
Because I think Chase sent me the mail and they say that I have already reached the limit of my other credit card. So I think that's the reason why.
Okay. Um, so first, let's tackle the first issue, which is American Express.
Mhm.
So in the past, do you have any relationship with them, and why you decided to apply for them as
I
an
know
option?
they are a very strong card, and when I'm applying the credit card, I also focus on the points, the bonus points they have. So
Hmm.
I was trying to build a relationship, but I didn't have any card with them before.
Okay, and which car that you applied from the beginning?
Just the basic business
What is the
of
name?
the American Express.
What is the
I'm not
name
sure
of
I
that
have.
credit card offer?
Mm.
You need to be more ready next time, okay?
Yeah, it's the American Express Blue Business Cash Card. That's the basics one.
So you apply for that card, and they don't give you.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you call them and ask why?
No, I didn't call them.
Yeah. So next time, make sure that you call them and perhaps apply through the phones.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're pretty young, so from any time what's your credit score, by the way?
650 right now.
That's not too bad, but not too good either. What is your credit card utilization?
Um, I I have most of my credit card I have with Chase.
I know, but
I have
how many? What is your credit card utilization? The percentage. Do you know what that is?
like the percent I use on the
Yeah.
credit card.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I use 100% and then I pay off every month.
Um, pay off before the statement day or after?
The before the due date, the
You
statement
pay
day. Yeah.
everything off after, like before. You don't leave any like utilization on there.
It's depend. I got two car. One is like they have the APR, so I pay off everything, and the other one that I have the zero intro APR, so
Uh-huh.
I leave some on it.
So rule of thumb so really depending on your goal, but for me, as always, leave at least 3 to 5%. Let's say if you borrow $1,000, right? Always leave
Mm-hmm.
about 3 to 5%, which is maybe $50 on there,
Mm-hmm.
because the credit card they want you to spend and they need to be reported, even with or without interest, because even interest on a $50 nothing. But if you get report, and then after the statement day, it shows that you only own 5%, that you can pay that off. Interest usually
Okay.
is not, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number
Got it.
one. Number two is earlier you shared with me that your credit statement, like your balance is too high. That's why Chase tell you to pay it off. So that means you max out on your utilization. Maybe that's why your credit score dropped.
Yeah, yeah, that's why. Because I was travel last month, so I didn't really pay on that car last month.
Yeah, you see, travel can be fun, but then now you have to deal with the consequences, right?
Yes, definitely.
And a lot of that too.
Yep. Now I learned my lessons.
Don't worry, we live with that. Yeah, so I would say um, If I were you, number one, I would open up Credit Karma, and I would input all the information in there and see where my score is and what are the utilizations before you apply for any credit card. Just like you always want to look good in front of the employer, right? Same with credit card.
Right.
Think of them as someone you want to tell them, hey, I want to borrow money. You want to look good in front of them. So that means you need to have good utilization, less than 30%, the less
Mhm.
the better, but never zero. Number two, make sure that you have good, decent credit score because they're going to use your credit score to reflect on how how they would determine whether they should lend you money or not. And lastly, you need to always call in credit cards every 3 months asking for a higher credit limit increase. And as
Mhm.
always, I always want to recommend to start with Chase first. And for other relationships, start little, okay? Start with a personal card before going to business, especially with American Express. Based on your situation, I'm just like estimating, I'm just like guessing. But I guess you can start
Yeah.
with a personal one first, just
Okay.
to have it. And the longer you have them, the better in the future. But start right there.
Got it. Yes.
So takeaway here, just make sure you look presentable in terms of your document when it's come to asking someone for something, especially the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if I were you, let's say right now Chase already tell, hey, you are owing me money, and like American Express, they can see they can like have your they can pull your credit report like TransUnion credit like TransUnion's um, like Equifax stuff like that, and they can tell, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, understand.
Yeah. So try not to rush it. Have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can travel, but as long as you put the plan down and execute, now you don't have to think too much. That's what I would say. Okay.
Yeah, definitely would do.
Yeah. So write down the plan.
Thank you.
So now you understand. Like this is the assumption for me. Okay. But the best bet is
Mhm.
always call them up, and then they're gonna send some letter. When you call them up, say, hey, I want to apply for this, and just like sell some soft story and see if they can reverse their decision on the phone. Okay.
Yes, I would. I would try to do it.
Mhm. But if yeah,
Thanks for your advice.
no worry, and I'll show you how. And if they don't, right, I want you to call up
Mhm.
like Equifax TransUnions and just telling them, hey, I didn't apply for these cards, so they can remove those inquiry. That's just a hack right
Oh,
there, okay? Because if not, then there's gonna have inquiry on your hard inquiry. So just tell, hey, I didn't apply for these cards.
oh,
So
okay,
like it's a someone using my stuff, something like that. This is like a trick, okay? But
okay,
it's a great hack trick for like the people who are like in business. That's how you remove your inquiry. But make sure you do it within the first, like do it now, don't do it later. The longer you let it wait, the longer it's gonna be sitting solid on the account. So you can
okay.
remove those hard
And
inquiry.
you say what website I can call
Um,
again?
call credit report. No, credit
Credit,
unions. So the three
credit
credit
union.
bureau. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
call it three credit bureau. TransUnion, Equifax, and I forgot the remaining name. But it's the three credit bureau. Okay.
Yeah,
And call
that
and
should be
say,
good.
hey, I received some notification of car inquiry. I don't know what's going on. Can you please let me know? And they're gonna tell you, oh, I didn't apply for those cards, or someone apply it, and make sure that you go and confess your sins or lie.
Got it.
But that's it's
Thank you. That
yeah, but it's a white lie,
really helpful.
It's white lies
Mm-hmm.
right there. Because if
Yes.
not, you're gonna get stuck with those hard inquiry, and then it's gonna be hard for you to
Mm-hmm.
apply for any credit card in the future. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
Okay, so any question for me? Any question for me?
Um, let's see. No, I don't have any questions. That's you answer all of my questions today.
Yeah. Again, if you don't focus now, you would have to pay the price later. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
The price could be losing money. Okay, because selling on Amazon can make you money, but anything in life, just like in investing, same in investing, stock market, crypto market. If you don't do the due diligence at first, stay focused. The moment you pick the wrong stock, you lose money. Same with Amazon. The moment you launch a product, and if you don't have proper marketing, proper knowledge, you will lose money. Most people think that Amazon is like, oh, I just launch it and I'll make money now. You have to, just like in real estate, in stock market, you have to put in the work first to set it up the right way.
Yes, you're
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So action item for you. You're gonna have this recording, and make sure you write down your plan and submit that plan to me. Okay.
Yes.
In the
Mm-hmm.
channel with other coaches too, so that other coaches can review that as well. And I want you to write in as detail as possible. Okay. So that way I know where you are and refresh your memory. Okay. And set.
Yes.
Remember, look at the vision board. You don't make vision board and then forget about it. And you don't make vision board just to make just for fun. You make vision board to make it happen. But to make it happen, you have to stay focused and make sacrifice. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Any question? So let's go over the action item for today.
So the action item today, I have to write out my plan to focus more legal paperwork with Amazon's, listing creation with Susan's, and the bank account.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah. So dummy listing. It, so the priority um,
Mm-hmm.
dummy listing. Remove those hard inquiry and trying to build more funding because there no money is hard for you to go on this journey if you have no money. So but put together a financial plan and put together an execution plan based on what we have today, and that's going to allow you to get to your goal. Okay.
Yes. Got it. Thanks, Justin. You're really helpful.
Anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anytime. And again, you're young, so you're going to make some mistake, and that's the mistake that you make was the same mistake that I make before. That's why you're in here for me as a mentor to tell you not to make the same mistake as I did. Because eventually, everything has consequences. So that's why we
Mm-hmm.
learn, you know. But try not to touch the hot pan and get your hand burned because that's not fun. So
Definitely.
show
Yes.
up in the class, do daily journal, and make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you stay focused. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoy one of our private coaching session with one of our students. Consider to make this as a podcast because I know that it's going to help so many seller out there to have the insights about what are the reality of selling on Amazon. Yes, it's going to make you money. The scalability is there. I make multiple $1 million with Amazon. At first, it's gonna take some work to put things together before the system take over, before Amazon team take over. So make sure that you guys set realistic expectation for yourself, and I hope that this channel helpful for you guys to help realistic expectation and to learn about Amazon. And I do have more tutorial about Amazon on my YouTube channel that you guys can learn as well. And I do have a lot more material. And if you want to learn more, visit my YouTube channel at YouTube slash AMZ Shifu, or you can search Amazon Millionaire Mentor and DM me on Instagram at Justin D. Huncho if you want to have my complete ebook on how to sell on Amazon. And if you want to work exclusively one on one with us, like how you tune into this video, DM me the word mentor so that you can receive my mentorship waitlist application. This is a selection only, and applying doesn't mean you're gonna get selected, but we're gonna get you on interviews to see if you're good fit for us. Okay. But other than that, hope you enjoy this podcast, Seller podcast, and consider to subscribe, follow, and share this with whoever that you find it helpful. And peace and 1% every single day. Okay. Peace for now, guys.